2.5 miles beneath the North Atlantic, where sunlight has never reached, lies a graveyard frozen in time. Here, in crushing darkness and near freezing temperatures, metal giants rest on the ocean floor. But these aren't just relics of engineering. They're time capsules, holding the final words of 1,500 souls. April 15th, 1912. The RMS Titanic doesn't just sink, it screams into the void. Wireless operators frantically tap out distress calls while water rushes through corridors below. But what happened to those messages? Where did they go? And what secrets still pulse through the darkness? Waiting to be decoded. To understand Titanic's final messages, you must first understand the miracle they represented. In 1912, wireless telegraphy was barely a decade old, cutting-edge technology that turned ships into floating communication hubs. The rich and powerful sent Marconigrams across the Atlantic for 12 shillings per word. Birthday greetings, stock tips, love letters transmitted through invisible waves. Aboard Titanic, 2 young men controlled this lifeline. 25-year-old Jack Phillips and 22-year-old Harold Bride. They worked for the Marconi Company, not White Star Line. Private contractors operating the most powerful wireless set afloat. Its range, 400 miles by day, 2,000 at night. But here's what most people don't know. On April 14th, 1912, Phillips and Bride weren't focused on ice warnings. They were buried under a backlog of passenger messages. The wireless had broken down the previous day, and they were working overtime to clear the queue. Wealthy passengers demanded their trivial messages be sent immediately. That backlog would prove fatal. April 14th, 1912. At least 6 different ships transmit ice warnings to Titanic. The first arrives at 9 a.m. from the Coronia. Bergs, growlers, and field ice. Phillips acknowledges and delivers it to the bridge. At 1:42 p.m., the Baltic reports icebergs and large quantities of field ice. Captain Smith reads it, shows it to J. Bruce Ismay, managing director of White Star Line, who pockets it for 5 hours. At 7:30 p.m., the Californian, only 19 miles away, sends another warning. Phillips acknowledges with 2 letters in Morse. Okay. Then at 9:40 p.m., the Mesaba transmits the most specific warning yet. Ice report from westbound steamer. Lat 40 degree is N to 41 degree and 25 IN, long 49 degree and to 50 degree and 30 LW. Saw much heavy pack ice and great number large icebergs. Also field ice. This message plots the exact coordinates of a massive ice field, directly in Titanic's path. But Phillips is overwhelmed with passenger traffic. He files the warning under a pile of telegram forms. It never reaches the bridge. Titanic's officers have no idea they're steaming at 22 knots toward a frozen graveyard. 11 p.m., just 1 hour before impact. Cyril Evans, the lone wireless operator aboard the Californian, tries one last time. His ship has stopped dead in the ice field. Engines shut down for the night. He wants to warn the nearby Titanic. Evans puts on his headphones and transmits, "Say, old man, we are stopped and surrounded by ice." But the Californian is so close, less than 10 miles, that its powerful signal blasts directly into Phillips's headphones. He's trying to clear a backlog of messages to Cape Race, Newfoundland. Irritated, Phillips cuts Evans off with a curt message. Shut up, I am busy, I am working Cape Race." Evans, offended and exhausted, shuts down his equipment and goes to bed. At 11:40 p.m., 40 minutes later, Titanic's lookouts spot the iceberg. By then, the Californian's wireless is silent. The ship that could have saved everyone is already asleep. 11:40 p.m. The berg rips a 300-foot gash below Titanic's waterline. At first, the damage seems manageable. Captain Smith orders an inspection. 15 minutes later, Thomas Andrews, the ship's designer, delivers the death sentence. Titanic will sink in less than 2 hours. At 12:15 a.m., 35 minutes after impact, Captain Smith enters the wireless room. His order is simple: send the call for assistance. Phillips begins tapping out CQD, the international distress signal meaning "come quick, danger." Then he adds Titanic's call sign, MGY, and their position, 41°46 N, 50°14 W. The message radiates outward at the speed of light. Within minutes, multiple ships respond. The Frankfurt, 170 miles away. The Mount Temple, 50 miles distant. The Carpathia, 58 miles to the southeast. But there's a problem. Most are too far away. Only one ship is close enough to matter, and its wireless operator is asleep.